Hey YouTube, what's going on? Star Killer back again for another video. Now I'm going to make this video short and sweet because I don't want to spoil everything for season finale of The Mandalorian. So if you don't want to be spoiled, now's your chance to turn away. 1, 2, 3. There was a good couple of reveals in this episode. This is so far the Mudhorn episode is still my favorite. So I think this is probably my second favorite episode now. It's going to be sad that we're not going to get no new Star Wars for a bit because I do know that they're filming season 2 of this right now. And it's a shame because this show is fucking amazing. But one of my favorite parts in the show is the whole Giancarlo Esposito. Having him in anything is great. He's a great actor. And the whole TIE fighter sequence at the end with Mandalorian and the Giancarlo, the Mandalorian blowing the TIE fighter's wing off was great. Now, a lot of theories online panned out to be true. Like, I did see a couple theories that the Mandalorian was going to be saved by another Mandalorian when he was a kid. That turned out to be true. A lot of people were going to say that was going to be like an adult Yoda or possibly an Obi-Wan or even an Anakin that were on the planet, but it turned out to be a Mandalorian that saved him when he was a kid. It was cool seeing the super battle droids again. That was great. And like on the way back from the last episode, when you see the scouts take the baby, there's a cool scene of them bantering back and forth. One wants to see him, another one leaves it in the bag, and there's like a little can or like a piece of metal on the ground they're using for target practice. And every shot they shot at it was like never came close. So that was pretty cool. But a lot of people were saying from after the last episode that IG-11 was going to be the one that saved Mando, Cara, and Greef Karga, which turned out to be true. It was great seeing IG-11 come in on the speeder bike and tear up shop and save the day. I thought that was great. Voiced by Taika Waititi. I was so happy that he came back and was able to show off his skills as IG-11. But there's a few more things you find out in this episode. You find out the Mandalorian's name, which was what was his name again? Dean Jarrah or Dean Jarrus. I can't remember 100% sure. I gotta go back and rewatch the episode, but he did reveal his name. But I thought this episode was great, like I said, and there was one thing I wish they revealed, but they didn't reveal who the person with the spurs was in episode 5. So I'm hoping that in season 2 they do reveal it to be Boba Fett. I was hoping that he'd show up at this episode, but he never. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I loved the episode. I love the fact that we got a live-action Star Wars show. But the main thing in this episode, after the TIE Fighter chase sequence with the Mandalorian and his jetpack and Moff Gideon, you see the off-world Jawas trying to scavenge the TIE Fighter. And all of a sudden, you see him trying to get out of the TIE Fighter, and it looks to be like a lightsaber. So I hopped up. I was like, what? Moff Gideon with a lightsaber? And then all of a sudden he hops at the TIE Fighter, he has the Darksaber. Now, whoever knows Star Wars knows that the Darksaber is a big thing to the Mandalorians. Now, I do remember that Darth Maul, my favorite character, he had the Darksaber in the Clone Wars. And I'm not sure if it was in Rebels, I'm not 100% sure, I gotta go back and rewatch Star Wars Rebels, but Moff Gideon has the Darksaber now. And there was a cool shot of him with the sunset, like standing on a TIE Fighter with the Darksaber. I thought it was great. But at the end of the day, we gotta wait for season 2. I loved the season finale, but I do wish that they revealed the person with the spurs from episode 1, season 5. But they never. But they did reveal a few things, and it was cool seeing IG-11, and they did. The Mandalorian made a grave for Keel, Nick Nolte's character. I thought that was pretty cool. But at the end of the day, the season's over. What did you guys think of the season? What did you guys think of this episode? I thought it was great. But so far, like I said, the Mudhorn episode's my favorite. But this is definitely a close second for me. And another cool scene is when the incinerator troopers come in to burn them out. Baby Yoda pulls a Kanan Jarrus and stops like the flames in midair like Kanan did for Hera and them in Rebels. So I thought that was a great callback to Star Wars Rebels. But that was great. I can't wait to see what happens in the next season. And the armory, she had a cool scene when she hit a few stormtroopers with her hammer and chisel, cracked open their helmets. I thought that was great. The armory was awesome. She's the one that turned out to give the Mandalorian his jetpack. I thought that was great. But at the end of the day, season 2, I don't know when that's going to come out. But apparently the armory said what he has to do is either care for the child as a fondling and take care of it, be its father, or he can go find the planet with all the Yodas and bring the baby to its kind. I thought that was pretty cool. So in season 2, we're going to see a full planet of Yodas, wherever that is, however many it is, I don't know. So thank you guys once again for subscribing and watching. Remember, like and subscribe because that is the way. If you like this episode, comment down below. If you didn't, comment down below as well. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you excited for season 2? Have a great day. Peace.